welcome back. Today is the day we're going to finish up Frogger. We got a lot to do. We got to wire the cabinet. We have to put the PCB in there. We got to put the coin door in there. We got to mount the monitor, put the marquee light in, cut the plexiglass for the marquee, put the speaker panel in, get the speaker mounted. I mean, there's quite a bit to get done. It's going to be a long video, but I want to finish it today. I want to be done with it so I can move on to something else. So on the table here, well, I have a piece of wood there. That's going to be to mount the monitor. We're going to have to use that little strip of wood right there as well. I got a new piece of plexiglass. It is 24 by 18, so I can make two marquees out of it, one for this game and one for the next one that I have to do. So I am doing another one just like this for the guy that's getting the Spy Hunter, and this is perfectly the right width. So we just need to cut it to the right height. But the guy who's getting one of the Spy Hunters also wants a Frogger with a 60-in-1 in it. He's mostly going to play Frogger, but we're going to put the extra buttons on there so he can play the other games if he chooses. On this one, we're not putting any buttons. We're going to put 3 buttons on the side of the cabinet here, inside the cabinet, so that if you're in the menu, you can access and get out of the menu. We're basically just going to use this little guy right here. It's got 3 buttons. And those will take place of the A, B, and C button. So I have everything laid out here. Yesterday I painted the speaker grill. I painted the black panel for the speaker. Painted the coin door. Brought out a new 6x9 because the other one was completely dry rotted and broken. We got a JAMA harness. We have our switches that we're going to put in our coin door. We have our power cord, which is going to go to the wall. We have a power cord for the monitor, which we're going to cut this plug end off and put it onto the power supply. We got a VGA cable, got a few tools. We have the original bulb holders that were in the cabinet that I took out. We're going to put them back in there. We have 2 LED light bulbs to put in there. We got our green joystick. We have 2 green leaf switches with some old holders. We'll have to clean the leaf switches. They're a little bit corroded, but we'll sand that lightly. I just brought out new carriage bolts for the coin door and the joystick. I have a piece of T-molding here, which is going to go on the top panel for the on the top of the marquee, and I need a second piece. I'll have to grab a second piece from the house for the bottom part of the marquee. So I need one more piece of T-molding. The 60-in-1 boards in that envelope. Power supply right here. That's a used switching power supply. We're going to double check it, make sure it's good. It should be fine. I usually don't save them unless they're still good. Coin mechs, I just kind of cleaned them up. They were pretty crappy looking, so they look a lot better than they did. So that's where we're at. First thing I want to do is let's get the coin door out of the way. Let's get that mounted. And then we're going to get into mounting the monitor. And just kind of, I'm going to show you how I'm going to mount the monitor and stuff like that. We're just going to kind of go for it and just get this thing knocked out. We got to drill holes still for the joystick to mount. Grab my carriage bolts here. We'll get that coin door in. You know what? I got to get some screws for the coin mechs as well. Oh man, I grabbed the wrong size carriage bolts. These ones are too big. Okay. I think I brought some out for the joystick. We'll use those 4 and I'll have to grab more. I forgot, these ones are the smaller ones. The like a Midway cabinet uses the 1/4-inch ones. These are like smaller than that. Can't seem to poke through the vinyl. The Arch Rivals is sold. That's gone. The only thing I have left to sell as of right now is my Supersonic pinball. Everything else is sold right now. The Golden Tee 2008 that I sold a couple weeks ago, something's wrong with the computer. The game doesn't want to boot up. So he messaged me yesterday, and I said, you know what? Mail it to me if you don't mind, and I'll get it fixed for you. He's like, well, I don't expect you to do it for free. I was like, no big deal. Just mail it to me, and I'll fix it for you. I don't know what's wrong with it yet. But, you know, I don't mind. It's not been, he hasn't had it that long. Hopefully it's just something stupid. I had him troubleshoot and try a few things, but nothing seemed to work, so. All right, so I gotta go grab 4 more of these carriage bolts. I didn't go cleaning the inside of this coin door real good and stuff. Like I said, this is a low budget restoration. And the guy doesn't really care about perfection. He just wants it to work for his grandkids. So you gotta kinda know when not to go too far, I guess. And I've already gone too far if for what I'm charging for it, so. Let me go grab 4, I need 2, I need 6 more of these carriage bolts. And what else did I say I needed to grab? I don't know, I already forgot. Oh, bolts to hold the coin mechs into the coin door. So let me go grab those real quick. Also, today I received the last parts that I ordered for Cue Ball Wizard. So I have everything that I've ordered for it, and hopes that it fixes that board. I'm not sure if it's going to or not, or if I'm still going to have another issue, but at least I have all the parts here so we can work on that. And today I picked up a 32-inch LCD monitor, computer monitor, a Dell, from about a half an hour from my house for 80 bucks. So that will go in the other NASCAR game. So now I'll have 2 monitors that turn on by themselves, and they should look pretty damn similar between the 2 because they're both LCDs. So I don't have to mess with that TV trying to get it to turn on and off. For $80, I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna go get it and not have to worry about it. Just something that less things I need to do. So next week we're going to be working in the basement on those projects. Probably tomorrow I'll work on NASCAR, see if we get that other computer up and running. Once I get NASCAR finished up, we'll get on to pinball or Cue Ball Wizard. I don't know when this guy's planning on picking this game up. I am not wiring up the coin mechs either. We're just gonna leave them as is. These had security screws in them, but yesterday I had to cut a couple of them because I could not get them to turn. The nuts were rusted. No, there we go. Ugh. We're missing a loop on that one. I don't have it. People are cutting their grass already. Can't wait to cut their grass. It's nice out today. It's like 70 some degrees. I'd have the overhead door open, but like I said, people are cutting the grass and don't really want to hear the lawnmowers going right now real loud. You can hear them a little bit, but it just makes it harder to record when the lawnmowers are going. Wanted to have this game done yesterday in hopes that the guy would pick it up today, but my van was broken and it's still broken. I'm waiting on a front axle now because after I put everything back together last night, the bearing races were stuck in the housing. That took me almost 2 hours to get out last night. And then once I got that out, I put the new bearings in. Everything was going together great. And because everything's made like junk nowadays, I was getting ready to put the nut on the axle, the end of the axle, and when I took the nut off, it screwed all the threads up on the axle. So I had to order a new front axle, which will be here tomorrow. So can't win them all, I guess. Hold this here. Mark under here. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you how I'm going to mount this monitor. First thing we're going to do is we're going to snap the cover off of it. And we got a little button here, which shouldn't affect anything. So we get this cover off of this somewhat easy. Might have to get a flathead screwdriver. Just going to leave that connected. So we have to figure out where this is going to mount first off. Then I have to somehow try to hold it in place. Okay, honestly, we just got to go up a little bit. And actually, right to left, I'm got kind of lucky there. Right to left, I'm pretty much where it needs to go. That was luck. I'm going to put a line right here. And then we need to go up about 1 inch. About there. So about, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out of here. Don't know if I got to take those screws out of the back. I gotta go grab some screws for this. I think I actually have. No, I gotta grab some. Yeah, I do. I have some over here. So what I'm using is a big fender washer, and then just a little 1/4 inch drive screw, 1/2 inch long, and Right now I'm just gonna put one screw in there actually. Let's test it with this. I think we're gonna be good there. Okay. It's gonna be fun getting to that VGA cord. Now you have a fully secured monitor that's going to go nowhere. Just want to see what this looks like. I'm actually going to have to cut this a hair wider, this opening. So we just got to cut it a hair wider, and that's pretty freaking good there. Okay. Looks like we got to go about 1/4 inch on each side. Not a big deal. Next, I got to get the VGA cable screwed in. And the power cord plugged in. I could always take this piece of plywood out with the monitor attached to hook these up if I have to. But I'm gonna see if I can't reach in there, which is looking like it might not be too easy. Power cord's not a big deal. I could drill a hole through the plywood too, so I could reach the VGA cable. Yeah, the VGA cable, that's gonna be an issue. I think I'm just gonna drill a hole so I can reach up in there. So let me grab a big hole saw and we'll put a hole in that piece of plywood. I don't want to use a super big one. I'm gonna try a 2-inch one. Okay. Sawdust in the eyes, perfect. Okay, it's plugged. I can always get a flathead screwdriver if I need to tighten the VGA, which I'm gonna have to. way down. All right. I got one tight. I got one to go. All right, I think I'm gonna run the power cord through that same hole that I drilled. I drilled like a 2.5 inch hole. If I can get the power cord to go through it. Beautiful. Okay, we got that stuff mounted. So we're not gonna wipe it off yet. Now we can start getting the 1601 mounted, the JAMA harness. We're gonna get all that going. Clean the sawdust afterwards. Maybe I'll blow it off real quick now. Let me blow it out real quick. Forgot. I need some 60-in-1 mounts. I knew I'd forget something in the house. You know, I don't even need them. Really don't even need them. It's not going to hurt anything. It's going right up against the wood. Gotta keep that VGA cable from hitting the back door. I lost my good nut driver, and this one is non-magnetic. It's not magnetic, so it makes it a little bit pain in the ass. Man, who would have thought 12 years later of me doing this, I'd still be messing with 60-in-1s here and there. You do not need the 5 volts negative hooked up to the power supply. I am going to hook it up to the power supply just because rather than having a dangling wire, I'll just hook it up. It's not going to hurt anything. To be honest with you, these older switchers, if they work, I use them because a lot of these new ones suck compared to the old ones. It's my opinion. These are coin mech wires and stuff like that, which we're not going to use. Okay, now player 1 always is going to have the ground wires attached to it. Okay, the only thing we need out of the player 2 harness is our start wire, which is brown or tan, depending on your harness. Usually brown or tan. I'm gonna have to cut that right there. Okay, the only other thing we need out of this is our speaker wires. Which are our two whites right here. I should have brought a bigger wire holder out. Yeah, I need a bigger one. Crap. Might have one out here. All right, I grabbed some bigger straps so I can strap that a little bit nicer. Right. And these ones need to go over to the control panel. This one's got to go to the speaker. So I'll probably put a strap right there. Little one. wire up there. We're actually going pretty quick with the wire in here. Not too bad. Sounds like the wind's picking up. We might get a storm tonight again. Okay, we gotta cut this wire end off. Gotta see how long this wire is for the marquee lights. I think I'm gonna run the marquee light wire down this side. This goes up here, so that goes to there. Sweet, it's long enough. Okay, good. So I can just cut this end off. Save that plug end. That doesn't look good. Grab a knife and my heat gun. Are you guys excited to see work get done on NASCAR and Cue Ball Wizard? Let me know. Or do you guys not like the pinball videos? NASCAR I think is going to be a fun one to finish up. So what I'm doing now is I'm combining the monitor, power, and the marquee light into the same connectors. Okay, those are done. Kind of letting the video roll today just to kind of give you guys an idea of how long it's going to take me, and so you can get a complete idea of how everything's put together. And these are going to go to there, and this is going to come this way. These are old speaker wires, which we are not going to be using. Power wire now. I always put new cords on. Well, 95% of the time. Every once in a great while, it'll have a nice cord on it. After this, we'll route the marquee light wire up there, get those screwed in, get the bulbs in them. We'll get the speaker in there, you know, well, we can't do the speaker yet because of the marquee. We'll get the buttons done, get the control panel done. I gotta cut the piece of plexiglass for the marquee. I might cut it with a razor blade. Almost ready to hear the horrible 60-in-1 music. God, do I hate that. need an extension. Well, I'll do it in a second. Can't get that. Need to fix this monstrosity here. We'll have to unplug the JAMA harness and check the power supply. Make sure it's good. Battery died. for that for now. I gotta grab an extension. Found my better nut driver. It was on the extension. Plug this in. Before I go any farther, just check my voltages. I unplugged my JAMA harness. Monitor's got power. .8, a little bit low. 11.5. Ouch. Can't see the screw in there. Should be good. All right, plug it back in. We got power on the board. What does this say? The current input timing is not supported. Why is that? I wonder if the board switched to CRT. Probably what it is. Let me look that up real quick, I forget. Dip switch 2 on is VGA, off is CGA. This one doesn't have dip switches on the board. Okay, that's interesting. This one I bought off of Amazon. Okay, that's not good. Why does the monitor not want to work then? Well, that's not good. All right, let me look at it for a minute and figure it out. I'm a dummy. There is a dip switches. I knew there was. Didn't see them. So let me flip the number 2 to on. I believe number 2 on is VGA. Off, I believe, is CGA. Ay. I don't even know how I didn't see that right in front of my face. Let's see if it registers it now. There we go. Now we got to flip it, which I think is 1. So let me turn it off one more time. I think flipping 1 is the other way. There we go. Okay. We don't have to hear the annoying music yet because the speaker's not plugged in. I'm gonna let this boot up. Let's screw in the light bulbs holders. There's the 60 in one. The horrible menu screen. I'm gonna strap this wire up like that, just so it doesn't cast a shadow, which I don't think it will. That's out of the way. Grab some bulbs. Now these should not be a pure white bulb. Beautiful. I get those bulbs for free. When I do those apartments, we change everything to LED. The lights that have LEDs built into them. Why is it flashing? And so I just take the old bulbs if they work. Why not? Okay, that's done. We could screw in the bottom panel. I'm gonna have to get some carriage bolts for the speaker. I have some out here. I just have to go grab more for the joystick. So this guy goes in here like so. Scratched up the paint a little bit, touch it up. Frogger. Okay, go grab some screws. We can't screw it up there yet. I gotta get the marquee cut, so we gotta cut the plexi. But we can measure it. All right, let's cut this plexi. The plexi just needs a hair bigger than the size of the marquee. 6 inches, so we're gonna go 6 1/8. Yeah, 6 1/8. I'll put the speaker in before I do the marquee. I'm gonna solder the wires on. Get these old wires off of here first. Okay. Get an idea how long I want these wires to be. Right about here. Gives me a little bit of slack. Run it through the hole, wrap it around the terminal. Beautiful. Oh boy, these ones might not be long enough. Gonna be real close. Don't know that they're gonna make it. Nope. All right, I gotta go grab 4 longer ones, which is fine because I had to run in the house and grab 4 anyways. So I'll go grab those. Same speaker grill they use in Spy Hunter. There it is. There we go. I'm gonna I'm gonna turn it on, make sure the speaker works. While I tighten it. Okay. Now this marquee is about a 1/4 inch narrower than it needs to be, so we're going to tape it on. Each edge we're going to put a piece of electrical tape. And then probably in the center as well. The speaker works. You know, if this song just didn't go non-stop, it wouldn't be bad. But it just has to be so repetitive and just non-stop. All the times I've been in the house, I forgot the other piece of T-molding. take that any longer, guys. Can't do it. I have to probably hot glue that. Come on, knife, open up. You gotta grab one for the bottom. Let's get the coin door wired up, or the 3 buttons that are gonna go in the coin door. I always check my JAMA harnesses because this is a cheaper JAMA harness. And I just want to make sure that they didn't switch to button colors. Yep, blue, purple, gray. Blue, purple, and gray right here. I'm gonna cut them right here. Now these are just little momentary switches. Same thing as the switch, like your fire button. It's not like you push them down and they stay down. Now these plastic switches, you got to go quicker with the solder. Don't want to leave the heat on these plastic switches too long because the terminal will come loose inside of the plastic housing. Might have done that a time or two. Okay, now we're going to cut the black. Pull it out of here for now. Okay, those are done. Mount the switch. Put a strap in there. All right, now we got to mount the joystick and the 2 buttons, and then we can turn it on to Frogger only. Got a piece for the next Frogger marquee. You guys want me to turn the music back on? You know what time it is. E-clip time. Shoot your eye out, kid. I don't have a dust washer, so I need a dust washer and a 3-foot piece of T-molding. Oh no, the dust washer's on there. You can't sand leaf switches. You just ruined them. This is 320 grit. These buttons are long ones, so I'll just have to bend the leaf switches back a little bit. Just gonna solder them probably. I don't know. The leaf switches I'll probably have to solder because they've been soldered already.
They really wrapped the shit out of this wire.
I forget what color's up, down, right, left. I think it's red, orange. Red is up, orange is down. Yep, red up, orange down, yellow left, green right. Red up, which is this guy here. To the right. Okay, this is player one start. Okay. Player two. Whoops. All right. Turn it on. Go into test or into menu. I believe it's switch 4. that's 2. Switch 2 is the middle one here. Okay, so now, switch 1 is off. Oops. Okay. Almost sound. Free play, yes. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Ah, I screwed up. That sucks. I think I have to turn all the games off again. Yes to free play. What's going on here? Oh, shit. Okay, next. Yeah, I know you can change it on the board. Player 1 switch. Oh, you know what? Those aren't, I think they're stuck on. Forgot to move the leaf switches out farther. Those long buttons. Just tweak it out of here. Okay. Okay. Right. Oh, right. left, up, down. Got them backwards. How did I even do that? Okay, okay. How did I do that? Oh, I'm a dummy. I didn't pay attention to the wires or the leaf switches. Oh, now I gotta get them off. Oh man, broke the end off of that one. Awesome. They clipped on good. There we go. Jesus. You know, anytime you want those things to frickin' stay on, they never do. First time apparently doing this. Okay, right is that one, left is this one. That's right, left. Okay. Stay up there. Okay, player 1 start, player 2 start, PS 1, 2. Oh. Okay, we should be good there. Oh, you know what? How do I change? How do I get out of here? Shoot, I forget about this one. Damn it. How do I save setup? Start setup. Okay, I think it's saved. I haven't done a lot of these in a long time and get forgetful. Gotta tie up those wires in there. See if it starts on Frogger. Damn it. All right, let me turn it off. Junk. Demo music, no. Free play, yes. So that's all on. Miss Pac-Man. Oops. Back. Okay, now will it work? There it is. Okay, let's try. I'm gonna put it on 2-player real quick. Wow. Seems like the joystick's working. Yep, it works. Oh shit, I forgot there's a frog there. Duh. Okay, looks like it's all working. Okay, she works. This one light bulb keeps going on and off, bright and dim. I think that bulb needs to be replaced with a different one. Okay, so that works. So I'm gonna pause the camera for a minute. I'm gonna tie up the wires that go to the control panel and to the speaker here, and then we'll continue putting this thing together, which we are pretty far with it now.
you're wondering how did I make that a nice straight cut, I cut a lot of stuff at work. Just used to cutting a bunch of straight lines. Once this goes in, we have to polish the screen. I think we're almost done. Clean the monitor. See that power button on the monitor just a tiny bit, so I'm going to put a piece of black tape over it. Okay. Get some double-sided tape to hold that down. We're getting a Dell. I feel like a 60-1 rookie. There we go. You can't get the screen wet with the monitor on, you're gonna die. If you're wondering all these comments I make, these are what I get sometimes. Beautiful. All right. That actually cleaned up nicely. All right, let's see if we can install these T-nuts in the back where the screen surround goes. It'll make it a lot easier to put them in then. I'm just gonna do these 5 are what need to be done. Some of these have a washer stuck to the back of the wood. Looks like all of them do. Little washer. Don't know if my bolts are long enough though. Gotta find a washer here real quick. Yeah, they should be long enough. Oops. Doesn't look too bad with the flat screen on this game. It's raining. I wonder if I grabbed one of these that are wrong. Sure did. One of them's not the right thread. It's my fault. Should have checked them all. Run the buffer on this plexiglass. Now I gotta run in the house and grab one more T-nut, and then we can put the surround in, and I think we're done. I got spray paint on the edges, but I don't think I'm going to worry about it too much. I'm not really going to notice it once it's in there. Now when you buff plexiglass, it'll warp on you, but as soon as it cools off, it'll go back to flat. Oh, I have that other piece of T-molding out here too. Let me go grab that other T-nut, and then we'll put this screen in. I'll wipe it down, we'll put it in, and then we'll do the T-molding, and I'm done with it. I also cleaned the carriage bolts for the control panel. I'll put in this last T-nut here. Where did I put my drill? I'm gonna wipe down the plexi. Ooh, I almost took a spray paint can to spray the plexi down. Clean up my buffer and stuff here in a minute. Wonder if they're not long enough. I think they are. Yeah, they're long enough. Let me clean up the buffer. All right, let's put this T-molding on, and then I just got to bolt down the control panel, and this is done. Got a little bit of chipping on the wood on the edge there. I'll just have to touch that up. right. I'm running out of battery life on the camera. I don't know why they didn't use latches on this one. Okay, just make sure everything operates real quick and I'm done. Darn it. Why do I keep doing that? Yeah, I know, I'm sucking at Frogger. I'm actually pretty good at Frogger. But I'm trying to rush because the camera battery is going to die. Okay. Sweet. It is good. Just got to touch up a little bit of paint, guys. And that's it. Frogger is done and ready for the guy. Turned out really nice. For being a cheap build, I think it looks pretty damn good. So thanks everybody for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Please hit the thumbs up. Any questions or comments, feel free to ask, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.